Time for another SEO review slash UX slash whatever I want. So, saltrock.com, been a brand that I've been taking it, noticing come up more and more. And I think they've got an SEO team or consultant and they've done a good job. So, the meta description straight away we can see got value propositions in there, free delivery, free returns, next day delivery. And they're not just trying to count on the branded search, which I've seen before. So they've optimized the homepage for surf, clothing, gear, and fashion. I would say one thing, don't always need online because we're already on the website. But some people might think it's a physical store, which they might have, but they do deliver online. So I do understand that to some degree. But yeah, if you wanted to shorten that down, take the online out. So let's have a nosy. Never seen the website before. See what happens. So straight away we've got a moving banner at the top. We've got daily deal, extra 10% off all knitwear, extra 5% off sale with blue light card, extended returns until Jan. Black Friday 30% off almost everything. I'm not a big fan of dynamic moving banners like this. I think I've said it on every previous video. I like static banners which you can click to scroll through. They've already got Black Friday in the hero image, but I understand that. I mean, I'd stick to returns. We don't want to think negatively. Daily deals. I'd probably prefer that as a little pop up as long as it's not an intrusive one. The biggest one is Black Friday. There's 30% off everything. Let's just keep that at the top. That's the most prominent one. That's the best benefit, in my opinion. Keep that there. We can even A/B test it with different banners, but I'm just not a fan of this scrolling through. Right. So we've got a giant Black Friday's deal. I mean, I can't really tell. I know there's beaches, but there's not much to say. It's all surfing, clothing, and fashion and menswear until we actually scroll down. Nothing here to say it's about surfing. More from Saltrock, apart from the meta tile, but we're already on the site. 10% off knitwear shop now. Not a fan of that. You have to hover on the page to get the CTA. Just have the CTA on there. Just adding a bit of an extra step. If you want, when you hover on it, the image can move a little bit just to give it that futuristic look. But I just have the CTA constantly on there because we've got to remember as well, user can't see that. Like certain people won't hover on it. There'll be a percentage of people who will not hover on it and just scroll past it and think maybe it's not clickable. And then Google's crawlers give more importance to content that's rendered and visual first without having to perform an action. So like read more, it'll give more impetus to the text that's there. So more importance to the text that's already there before you click read more. Right, so look, extra 10% off knitwear, so it's mentioning the value prop again, and this is dynamically changing. There's a lot of moving, a lot of animations. I prefer it when there's not, personally, and I'm sure there's some stats that I can find to back it up as well. Like whichever's your biggest collection, have it on that as default. People can still see that, say it's women's, which is your primary collection, then still have men's and fleeces there, but just don't keep swapping between them. Okay, reviews now. That's positive to see. I'd make that more prominent if we could, because that 14,000 reviews, we've got 4.9 average rating. For any, not that this looks like quite a big brand, but any site that's not Amazon, reviews are paramount, like more important than ever before. So make this as prominent as possible. I'd even put a Trustpilot rating in the main nav somewhere so it's on every single page. Latest stories. Yeah, I mean, these will be having some benefit, but they're all quite broad. Don't seem to have anything to do with surfing, all to do with Christmas, nothing to do with In fact, no, there is something to do with Saltrock there, but I'd make them as distinct as possible. Surfing Lassie, we've got a video looks like a promote some sort of promotion. Tide Times, this is interesting. I bet they get a lot of. This is very interesting. Didn't expect to see this, but this is a great opportunity and thinking outside the box route of how a surfing fashion company can get a ton of organic traffic for you from UK surfers. This is whoever's come up with this idea. I don't know if they've been doing it the whole since the company was created, but this is really, really slightly unorthodox. But I can see how this works really, really well. I'm not too sure why it opened up in a new tab, but I suppose it's to keep people on the e-commerce side of things. Great for digital PR opportunities as well. The ties this high at this time. That if there's any like outliers in data, contact journalists and just go, oh well, Penzance is due a high tide at this time or whatever. But just gathering the data like that works really well, and it's done in a subtle way where it's not in the footer. Potentially put that in the main nav. There's enough space for it, and it just gives the site something different. Right, let's have a look at the main nav, which is the structure. I always like to look at the structure because if we're not doing a crawl, looking at technical issues, the structure is where you're going to find the big wins and losses. So if we go to men's, 30% off all clothing. This seems a little bit. mm, I'm a little bit torn on this because I think it's good to have it in the anchor text, 30% off, but it's not ideal for UX. Like it's, it's creating new lines because they're that long in the collections here. So I might just have coats and jackets. People will be able to work out that every category under 30% off has got 30% off. So we couldn't just have hoodies and sweatshirts, t-shirts, essentials. I don't know if we necessarily need it in the collection title there. Okay, change your rooms, towels, and this is under men's. So they've gone through and updated this in time for Black Friday. I'm intrigued to see what a collection looks like. Okay, so they've not actually updated the H ones, just the anchor text in the main now. That makes a little bit more sense. But I'd definitely update the copy to mention 30% off. Just reiterate it again once they get on. I know they can see the tags. And they've not taken full advantage of non-branded search here. They are never ranking in a million years for men's t-shirts or men's tops. Don't really know why they've repeated it there. Why aren't they trying to rank for men's surfing t-shirts, men's surfing style tops, or modifiers around there? Will give them a much better chance of ranking. Capture there'll be a big fish in a small pond. Capture their own niche demand rather than just going for the broad, like crazy term men's t-shirts. Got some great features on here as well. There's chance for like recycled men's t-shirts, 100% cotton, got dynamic images. Everything's got a big discount on it. I mean, Black Friday's men's t-shirts. The meta title is just shop men's t-shirts, Salt Rock, and they'll get the branded t-shirts, but men's surf t-shirts. It should be men's surf t-shirts basically. Add the modifier in there. Go for the medium tail keyword. Right, let's look at another one. Women's 30% off all socks. Okay, so they've not. It's like they've not sort of done every collection the same. There's no above the fold copy. There's no H2 like women's trendy socks, whatever. Honestly, just stick surfing in as the modifier in every meta title, every H1. Women's surfing socks. So 30% off. Surfboards, bodyboards, skimboards. Generally, what sites do rather than this, and there is downsides to it as well, is they create either Black Friday landing pages or they'll duplicate the category, add all the discounts onto the duplicate Black Friday category, and send traffic there and just change the title H1, target the whole page to Black Friday, but still have the original collection with the original pricing up to not lose that organic standing. They've gone for a slightly different route where they've plastered it everywhere in the main menu, added tags to the images, but just not changed any of the key signals. I think if someone's already on the website, they'll go, oh, fantastic, it's 30% off. Look at the product. But I don't think they're going to capture hardly any demand when it comes to collection pages and Black Friday and discounts because they've not optimized the key signals on the collection pages for these discounts. The products might rank. I mean, if Google picks up the price and the pricing in the schema, then they'll see the discount. But there's nothing in the product titles, meta titles. It's basically making Google work harder. Christmas sale. Okay, so they have got a sale section. Let's go to men's sale. And these are all 30% off. I mean, why not convert your sales section to a Black Friday section? Why keep this as a generic sales section? I mean, people will automatically, when the time comes for Black Friday, they'll stop typing sale and start typing Black Friday in there to replace it. So this should be all optimized towards Black Friday. Change it in the main nav, change the copy, everything. So that's what I'd do.